Hey guys and gals, it is Lisa here with you on a Monday down at my office. It's really Sunday, don't tell. Um, Here's the thing, and I'm going to try and keep this short because this is the third time I've recorded this and I really go into a big long ramble. So I'm going to try and keep it short. We'll see how I do. Um, Watch the language that is being used by others in pulling you toward their worldview. I'll just say it straight out. I'm talking about QAnon here. And the reason I say this is because their motto, one of their mottos is where we go one, we go all, which comports with the understanding that many of those of us who are in the woo world, into the metaphysical, get, right? Because what happens to you happens to me, happens to the collective. We all impact each other, right? So therefore, if we all move toward the light, where we go one, we go all. We go together, right? Like, yes. And I that has always bothered me because that little phrase, because I think that's how they hook the woo people. That's how they hook it. The language appeals to um, those who understand on some level the connection between everything. And I feel like, to me, words carry energy, clairaudient. So not only do I get the words, but I get the energy underneath the words, which is why I'm very particular, especially when I'm channeling, to make sure that as the channel, as the messenger, I give out the right word. So words are really important, and how things are framed is really important. And I'm not going to say that everybody isn't without bias. They are. I am. I have a very progressive worldview. I want us all to do really well. Why can't we have that? Why can't we all just do really well? Rich people do well, and people who aren't rich do well, and everybody does well. And I know that's utopia, and maybe I'll incarnate when that actually happens. Currently, it's not happening. But I feel like if you're not careful about the words that you use or the words that are used on you, it's very easy to get manipulated. It's so easy. And, I'm not saying that from a place up here on the throne. If you watched my I Got Caught in a Cult video, it was it wasn't easy to sacrifice my inner knowing, but it happened and I knew it was happening as it was happening. Because I kept saying, this isn't true, this isn't true, no, this is not true. But there was always a little piece that got me. And as I said, the price for me was give me more information. Let me be on the inside. Let me know things other people don't know. Like, it's not enough to be a psychic, right? And know how everyone's feeling. No, I got to know this too. But that's the thing, is you really have to pay attention to the words being used. Are they speaking your language, right? And that may well be where we go one, we go all. If I didn't know any better, I would think, oh no, that's like we're all one, la la la, and I would maybe take a step more into that. So I want you to pay attention. Here I'm being bossy again. Pay attention to the words being used. Pay attention to how channeled information is being shared. The important thing about channeled information is it needs for it to be real, for it to be real and valid, it needs to reinforce your own inner knowing. It will never say, listen to me, this is the only one path, I am the only way, blah blah blah. I don't buy that. You may, and you're welcome to it. I don't buy that. I believe that we are here to be sovereign beings, trusting in our own inner knowing, to the best degree that we can. And we're not here to be sheep and led. So that you take information and you bring it in here and you feel into it. And I think it's so interesting. I've mentioned Blossom Goodchild, who is a wonderful channel for the Federation of Light. And I love the work that she does. And I interpret this ambiguous, and it's purposefully ambiguous by spirit, so that we have free will what we do with this information. This information from the Federation of Light. And it's so interesting that I read it and I see one thing, and the QAnon people who comment on her YouTube videos see it completely different. And yet we're all hooked on we are all one. Where we go one, we go all. Same words. So it's really a matter of, can you stand in your own sovereignty and say, this is true for me, that doesn't feel true for me? Whatever it is. If you tell me that that's your truth, I'm not going to argue with you. Why would I? Right? I'm out here telling you, stand in your truth. If your truth is QAnon, rock on. Stand in that truth then. Stand in it. Own it. I own mine. I own what is true for me. Right? And I'm open to seeing different points of view. I mean, I actually sat there for a moment and thought about, what if this were all true? Like, what if the whole QAnon, Donald Trump has come to save us stuff was true? Like, I really sat in it like, here's what I sat in. Lisa, you didn't see things the way they really were. Here's how they really are. Like, I sat in that energy and I was like, no. My inner self was like, you know better. No. Right? It was like I couldn't even be in that energy. But I made an effort to do that because I try very hard to look at things from different sides. Because I want to know what is true. You may or may not be that kind of person, but I'm asking you to look at the language, look at who's behind this and what is their agenda, not just political, everything else. What is their agenda? You know, even in a relationship with someone, what is there? Everyone has an agenda. I have one, you have one, we all have agendas. Some are more nefarious than others, but at the core, right, just want that. So I just want you to pay attention to the languaging. And if something feels off, probably is off for you, okay? So I'm not going to scold anybody for following what is true for them. I mean, that's not even my place. I'm not going to do it. I don't argue with people online about stupid shit because if that's what you feel is true, okay, I take that at face value. And I have no right to tell you what to believe or how to be or what to do with your body. I have no right at all. And I'm not even stepping into that space. I'm sovereign in my own energy. I recognize that you're sovereign in yours. So knowing that, let's use that as a baseline, then I'm asking you to be discerning about what channels you listen to, what information you take in, and is it true for you? Okay? That's your lecture for Monday. I've tried so many times to say this, and I went down like 13 different avenues. And so I'm just going to put this one out and trust that this is what needs to come through. And I think next time I'm going to do a channeling from, I don't know, whoever wants to come forward to talk about this a little bit more, because I think it's kind of important that we really look at what's true for us. Okay, that's all for me. See you later. Bye.